What's up, guys? Now, as a man, there's some things you need to make peace with, and I need to shout a disclaimer. Today I'm going to teach you something that is gonna make you want to go against your own masculine and natural tendencies, but bear with me, it's for your own good. I am of the opinion that your woman's honor is not yours to defend all the time. All right, there are certain cases that allow you to defend your woman's honor, and there are other cases that you shouldn't do it. And bear with me, because there's context to this. You see, the only time you should defend your woman's honor is when there is abuse, violence, or amount of force being applied, or disrespect. You know, there are those cases that just demand for you as a man to defend your woman, and that should be done without question. But in a case of her relations with other men, you should not in any way defend her honor in terms of that, because that is entirely up to her. And I'm going to give you an example to contextualize all this. Let's say you're walking down the street with your woman and you feel a sudden urge to go to the washroom, so you go to the toilet, and then when you're coming out, you see her talking to some dude. Some guy is trying to flirt with your woman, and ask for her number and all these things. What most of you guys will do is you will walk up to them and separate them and stop that interaction, saying, oh, whoa, whoa, she's taken. And in some extreme cases, some of you even tend to almost get violent. Yeah? Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm gonna beat you up or something like that. I'm totally against that. What I would advise in that particular situation is that you practice something called restraint, because in that particular instance, your woman's honor is not yours to defend, it's hers. She's the one to defend her own honor. So what I would advise you to do is to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. That will reveal more to you than anything else will, because at that particular moment, the woman is within her rights to defend her honor and say, listen, I am committed to one guy, I love him, and I am not a hoe, so you're not having my number. Sorry to disappoint you, but can't happen. Passed the test. Or she can decide to match his vibe, flat back, give him the number, and even maybe plan some interaction later on. In that case, you will know that you're dating a hoe, right? But the only thing that made you understand this information was you practicing restraint, going against your natural masculine instinct to want to defend your territory, because you going up there and stopping them is totally natural, by the way. Even in the animal kingdom, that's how other males do it. They defend their territories from other males. They defend their females from other males. But this is the only time I'm going to advise you to go against your natural masculine instinct and just sit back and relax and enjoy the show. That will reveal more to you than any other thing will ever do. Now, there is another version of this. You guys like policing your woman's interaction with other men. Oh, that guy, why are you talking to him like that? Why are you so friendly with your coworkers? All these things. If your woman respects you, she should understand your boundaries. And of course, you should communicate them. Don't mistake what I'm saying for you shouldn't communicate your boundaries. No, you should absolutely communicate your boundaries. Now, it is upon her to defend her honor and to defend the honor and the respect of the relationship by doing right by you, just as it is for you to do right by her in defending the relationship. So, that being said, you shouldn't be overly critical of, oh, nani huyu unaongea naye and all these things. I say you should just sit back, let things unfold. If it ever comes out that she's cheating at any one point, then you just leave her. At least she'll have saved you the trouble of doing way too much. All right? And by you sitting back and letting these things unfold, you get to learn whether she's worth committing to or whether she's not worth committing to. And every time you interject, you stop her true nature from being revealed. You get in the way of her true instincts, of her natural behavior being revealed to you. So that means at that particular point, you stop the interaction. But guess what? There's another instance where maybe you were at your workplace and she was at her workplace, and she met another guy and she vibed with, and the dude said yes and she said yes, and guess what? Now you have a cheating woman. So you stopping the interactions, you see, does not really stop anything. It doesn't even translate to anything. The best thing you can do is to sit back and let things unfold. All right? That is not to say that you should sit and just be a cock, watch your woman going with other men and all these other things. Communicate your boundaries, but understand what setting boundaries is and what an insecurity is. Anytime you're policing your woman, following her around, it's almost you're the CIA or something, just investigating her every move. Who are you talking to? Why? That is too much. That is too much. And it's not going to stop anything. All right? Be wise about it. Set your boundaries and then just let it be. You've already set your boundaries. Perfect. If she crosses those boundaries, then it's upon you to take whatever action you want to take. You can either leave her or do whatever it is you want to do with that information. But this whole thing of policing around a woman's interactions, following her around and all this, that is just insecure nonsense and doesn't come off right in any situation. Why? Because her honor is hers to defend 99% of the time. The only time you're allowed to intervene and defend her honor is when she is powerless. Powerless because of the situation. Dude forced himself upon her. You know, there's people trying to be violent with her. There's people trying to, assault her, disrespect her, all these things. Then and only then can you get into the picture, all right? But if she gave herself willingly, just walk out of that relationship. Simple. Don't go around policing her. Some have even go to the extent of putting spy tracking apps on your spouse's phone. Some very juvenile bullshit. I never understand how you guys reason. Don't ever do that. Don't. It's not in your place. You just sit back and understand. Once you set boundaries, that's it. Now that being said, you guys have a nice time.